We're back with the Guy Dawson Show at the World Center of Broadcast Media, and we have been talking about etiquette over the last segment. The illustrious Quan, along with Ashley Watson and Forrest Speaks, we've been sharing our experiences in the world with having better presentation. I think that's what etiquette is all about. It's really about presenting yourself in a certain way. There is an excellent book, by the way. If you want to get started, if you don't get overwhelmed by the thickness of this book, it's called Etiquette by Emily Post, and she was a woman who ran a finishing school way back in, I think, the early 1900s. But she wrote this book, and it is literally the Bible. I know there's a lot of books. I know you were telling me, Forrest, you've read a lot of books about
I have a few. I haven't
and,
actually read them. They're sitting on my shelf litting really nice,
yeah,
and I plan to.
This one's a good cornerstone. So if you want to go out and get a book, I'm always big about go get the book and read about it first. Mm-hmm. And so that's an excellent one. Do you have any to recommend?
A few I picked up. I can't remember the author, but Things a Gentleman Would Say is one of my favorite. It gives you antidotes for situations where someone may put you on the spot. What things not to say. Most of all, what not to say. If someone says that they experienced a death in their family, how you could appropriately respond without embarrassing yourself or making them feel not so comfortable about the situation. Things like that. It's a good book. It talks about the difference between a salad fork and a dinner fork, the difference between au jus and au poivre and julienne cut and different things that you should know. And we were talking about during the break, we were going to talk about business etiquette. There's a difference between business etiquette, social etiquette, and as Ms. Becky helped us out with the BCN spring mixer we had, which was fabulous, business etiquette, how to act in a business setting.
Yeah, let me read this. Becky just spoke. I hate when people start eating before everyone at the table has their plate. Will anyone respond to that?
When I read that comment, the first thing I thought of was, yes, I agree with you, Becky. I do not like that. But also, I don't like when I work at a 5-star restaurant, and we were proper etiquette, proper waiter etiquette is that you do not remove a plate until everyone at the table is finished. So some people may start eating, but then the waiter may come and take away the plate, and then you sit there. So it goes both ways, how you're being served and how you're treating yourself, I guess. What do you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. It does feel bad when you're the only one eating and everything is, you feel like you're like the last, something's wrong with you because you couldn't get done as quickly as everyone else. I'm a big one on, I know, business etiquette. I remember when I first got started in the networking community, and there were a lot of things that I had to learn about how to network correctly. So I was that person that you go to the networking group and it was like big stack of business cards and I'm walking around like playing cards, you know what I mean? Like, take my card, do some business with me. Yeah. And I had to have people set me aside. There's a man named Ace Fair who was my mentor in networking.
I know I'm Ace.
Going to have, Ace taught me business networking and a lot of other things. One of these days I'm going to have he and his wife come on the show. But he's one of those people who took me aside and taught me the etiquette of how to be a good networker so that I didn't go and just throw up over everybody trying to share my business with them. So sometimes you need mentors. What do you think, Quan?
Yeah, definitely need. There are certain principles maybe we did not know, we did not have a chance to learn about it. So we need someone to give us that advice or point it out. I definitely do agree. So what Ace say, don't pass too many cards. Just give a few. You're very selective people. Or you waiting for someone to give it to your card first, then you return.
Yeah, you never give someone a business card unless they ask for it. I mean, and that is some of the simplest etiquette that most networkers miss out on, because a person might not want your business card. Just because you want to give it to them doesn't mean that they necessarily are interested in your business. If someone says, "Can I have your card?" then you give them the business card.
Be more useful. Otherwise, let me put into their being right afterward.
Yeah, like why did this person give me their business card when I didn't ask? These are just things that we don't think about. You're just assuming that someone's interested in your business. They may or may not be interested. It's not personal. It's just some of the other things he taught me was big on, and I know both of you are with send out cards, which to me is the ultimate form of etiquette, which is thank you.
Yes.
thank you
Yes.
cards, and you two are perfect. Being so attuned to etiquette, you're in the perfect business with send out cards.
I love send out cards. I take a personal approach, and Ashley takes a business approach. It does allow me to express myself and get in touch with people. Sometimes I'm at a loss for words, and I'm not always appropriate. But if it reminds me of, and it's a big up to you, Mom, making me write a letter to my grandmother to thank her for the Christmas present she gave me. I said, I'll call her, I'll see her. No, you have to write a thank you letter, and I would have to write the thank you letter before I could play with my gift. And so that's how it came to me. But it's a big deal, you know. If you really want to give someone a physical touch in the digital world, send out cards is a way to do it. And Ashley, how do you approach it from a business standpoint?
From a business standpoint, working at Wells Fargo, I think, was probably when I used the concept the most was following up with my customers. Not necessarily send out cards, but I see the value in following up with customers, and this system does it. So it makes it really easy for me to talk to other business owners about it. So, I mean, for that part of it, I explained the position today to someone. I was talking to one of our old colleagues from another business, and he said, well, how's business? And I said, it's good. I mean, it's easy for me to collaborate people and talk about appreciation and thanking them. It's easy, you know, so my job is always easy. So that's why I love it. And it's just connecting businesses and showing their customers thank you.
Yeah, I use send out cards. It's been a great tool for my business. I mean, I meet people, and when I make a connection with them, I've always been big on business. I mean, thank you cards too. My mother was always into cards. She was always into that. We just cards growing up. So I guess you have these things instilled in you. And so as far as send out cards, I think it's a wonderful tool for business. I'm not personally a distributor, but I know the two of you are, and I just think that you might want to get in contact with the two of them if you're looking for a tool that will make you stand out. You sending a thank you card to someone, direct mail, in this world that we live in now, doing that really makes you stand out like a sore thumb in business.
Yeah, definitely stand out. It's a digital world. Everybody have a shorter and shorter time. They just smiling face without even say a word. And it's not many people sending cards out anymore. So definitely make you very special.
Thank you.
It works. It works.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful. It's a great company to work for. I love my business. I love what I do. I just love the opportunity to be able to celebrate people's birthdays. People's say thank you, happy holidays. I love the opportunity to be able to do that. People need to send more cards and gifts than they actually do, and send out cards gives you the ability to do that. Stuff, stamp, and send a card for you with a gift if you choose in just a matter of a minute. It's click of a button. It's great.
I have a question. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
For
well,
Ashley.
you go ahead and do your question, because I
Yeah.
had a question for you, but you do your thing.
So, do you send the card with your beautiful smiling face, nicest pose,
You know,
elegance?
I do not. I
you
normally
better
don't, unless it's like a photo to a family member. But I normally don't put my face in the photos or anything like that. It's because I go from a business standpoint, so I really talk about
Conservative business.
We find that people like
customers
to
and
see
retention
pictures
and
of
things like that.
themselves. They keep these pictures on their mantle, on their refrigerator as a keepsake. They love to see pictures of themselves. Like what's important to them, they may post on Facebook if they had a new child, and you can simply go there and give them that. It's almost like a gift, and they love it.
What's your question, guys?
My question for you is, Kwan always brings things to people. I mean, cookies, she just always does that. That is a form of
nice.
etiquette that you don't realize that you've been practicing.
Oh, that's just a part of me. I like to share if something I have, or like other people have too. I do think that is a special connections. Like a card you're sending to someone is a connection. So registered in their head begin ways, then have something physical touch in hand, so they can remember you, and it's the best way presenting your business too.
I like what you said, Quan, about the cultural differences. That is a big deal. Sometimes, like how you say thank you and things you show for appreciation and things we do. Also, it's important, the cultural difference, that we recognize those and show appreciation in the ways that they feel appreciated, as opposed to the way we want to show appreciation. So that's something we could
And that
recognize.
goes to business etiquette too. That's a whole nother.
I know we are living in different times. However, there's nothing wrong with being a gentleman or a lady.
Yeah, bring
something to
food,
be
bring
celebrated.
water.
Thank you both so much for stopping by the show
pleasure.
today and
Guys.
sharing great etiquette with the
Beautiful.
world.
It's a good pleasure having you
Yes,
both.
and pleasure to finally meet you.
Yes.
It's something for me to learn, like relive
And I
something
learned something
basics.
from you as well.
And thank all of you for tuning in to the Guy Dawson Show this week. Please continue to follow us on Facebook, and we will see you next week with another incredible guest. Take care of yourselves.